Imagine hearing this. Your work is strong, but stakeholder feedback was mixed. You delivered every assignment your manager requested. Your manager is responsible for explaining your performance, but they are often summarizing evidence provided by people who do not manage you. A project sponsor remembers if you protected a deadline. A finance partner remembers if your numbers were dependable. A cross-functional colleague knows if working with you was effortless or exhausting. Reputation is the collection of these isolated experiences. It is held by everyone who interacts with the work you produce. To manage this, you must identify whose specific experience of your work will become evidence in a future promotion or succession decision. The DOVA framework categorizes these stakeholders into 4 groups: those who depend on your work, observe the result, validate the contribution, and advocate for opportunity. The DOVA framework is a tool for identifying the information sources that shape how your organization judges your contribution. Dependents are downstream colleagues whose own work is either enabled or stalled by the quality of your handoffs. When 2 employees deliver the same report, the manager sees a completed task, but the receiving team experiences either 2 days saved or 2 days lost based on how usable that work actually is. Observers are the executives or sponsors who see final results and presentations. They often see the outcome without seeing the daily friction required to achieve it. Operational reliability builds trust with your peers, but visibility without strategic context leaves a gap in how leaders perceive your actual value. Validators are the experts or partners with the technical knowledge required to confirm the quality of your work. Validation happens through traceable documentation, things like an approved project scope, a verified economic assumption, or a formal client acceptance. Advocates are stakeholders willing to use their own credibility to support your access to new roles, assignments, or succession plans. Opportunity requires both roles. An advocate can only recommend you for a new responsibility if a validator has confirmed you have already delivered results at that level. Your manager acts as an aggregator. They assemble scattered project outcomes and stakeholder feedback into a single performance story. This narrator has blind spots. They cannot always see the crises you prevented, the changing requirements you managed, or the processes you quietly optimized. You should provide your manager with a mapped view of who the work served and what evidence exists to support the result. Supplying this evidence ensures your manager has the context they need before the review cycle begins. Map the actual flow of your work. Divide a page into 4 quadrants to identify who is connected to your output. Assign specific names to each category. Note who receives your work, who watches the results, who can confirm your accuracy, and who controls access to opportunities. Assess each relationship by identifying what evidence that person currently holds and the strength of your communication loop with them. This exercise highlights where a person has high influence but poor evidence. Those gaps are where the organization may be making flawed assumptions about your capability. Choose no more than 3 high-priority relationships from your map to improve. Spreading your focus too thin usually leads to shallow interactions. Take practical steps. Clarify a handoff bottleneck, close a feedback loop, or send a concise update that shares credit with your partners. This infographic separates professional visibility from political performance. High-value visibility means making work understandable and sharing credit rather than chasing status or hoarding information. Conduct a 20-minute review of your stakeholder map before your next performance cycle to ensure your strongest work is accurately captured. Career safety comes from moving your reputation beyond subjective opinion and grounding it in a record of results.